Welcome back to the show. So many successes in this city, and my next guest and her co-founder have had an incredible success, of course, thanks to many of you at home watching right now, and you can be part of that great success story. I am joined by Andrea Douglas. She's the co-founder of OlymPINK and a breast cancer survivor. Welcome, Andrea. Great to have you here.
Nice to see you.
Let's first of all talk about your personal journey. You're a breast cancer survivor yourself. Tell me about the diagnosis and the journey you've gone through.
So I was diagnosed in 2014, so actually coming up this summer it'll be 9 years, and I'm pretty happy with that number. You know, for me, it was about taking a very negative experience and turning it into something positive. So since that time, since my journey, I have worked hard to fundraise for the hospital, other organizations, and to support other women going through breast cancer.
And you and your co-founder, who's a former Olympian, decided you wanted to do something different, and you've come up with an amazing idea, because I've been doing TV for 19 years, and this is the first time that I've heard of an event like this. Tell everybody at home about it.
It's actually the second time, Derek, because we've been on the show before.
Well, yes, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
So, yeah, I mean, as you say, you know, there are bike rides, there are walks, there are runs, there are galas that all fundraise, and we decided on something different, a swim meet to fundraise. And as you say, my co-founder is an Olympian. Her mother-in-law died of breast cancer, actually, and so she had a real, you know, connection to this cause as well. And yeah, it's a masters swim meet, but what's different about this meet versus any other swim meet is that we have Olympians involved, an Olympian in each of the 6 lanes, and we have a breast cancer / Olympian ceremonial swim.
Nice.
Where we have 2 breast cancer survivors in each lane with 1 Olympian, and it's all about, I guess, the synergy between an Olympian and a breast cancer survivor or patient. You know, for both, it's hard work to get through this process.
Yeah.
And you can't do it without community support, and that's what it's all about.
And what you're describing is really the ceremonial swim that you'll be doing, right, during the event. So I guess you sort of stop halfway through and you do this ceremonial event. Tell me what that's like as somebody that's obviously experienced it. It must be an incredible moment.
So interestingly, the first year we did it was 2018, and I was, of course, part of the ceremonial swim, but an Olympian can never not be an Olympian.
Right.
So despite the fact that it's just supposed to be a gentle kick down the end of the pool and back, Andrea, my Olympian partner, was screaming in my ear, "Kick harder, kick harder." And so I actually didn't really get to experience any of it, except everyone apparently in the house loved it, like in the stands and in the bleachers, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house, as a matter of fact. And so it was a very moving part of the ceremony, and something that's worth watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I mentioned off the top what a great success this has been. Tell us about the numbers.
Yeah,
so
as of this morning, we are at $126,000 raised. Our goal originally was to raise $100,000, which would buy the Breast Health Center at the Ottawa Hospital a new ultrasound unit. And so we've surpassed that goal, and now the rest of the funds raised will continue to help not only breast cancer patients, but other patients at the Ottawa Regional Cancer Foundation, which has a community hub which provides programs and services free of charge to people on this journey.
Yeah, it's great work that they do. We've had them on the show many times over the years to talk about. I want to talk about swimming. Because my brother is now coaching swimming himself, and he's just fallen in love with the sport. Why did you fall in love with the sport? What do you like about it?
Well, I fell in love with it because I had no choice, because my daughters were both swimmers. My youngest, in fact, swam varsity and everything else. So I spent a lot of time at the pool, and I always swam because I grew up at a cottage, but I didn't swim. And so when I started learning to swim, I really got into it. And there's nothing like swimming with an Olympian and have her be your coach too. It's a lot of fun. It's a great community. Good people.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I mean, it's not just about the exercise, but there must be a great social aspect to it as well, right?
Yeah. And you know, that was one of the horrible things about COVID. We couldn't swim for a while.
Yeah.
And even when we came back, originally we had to start at different ends of the pool, and I said, well, that's stupid. I can't talk to anybody.
What's your specialty? Do you have a particular
Breaststroke, obviously.
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, it is pretty obvious. How does the fundraising part of this work?
So a few months ago, when we launched the website and everything, I just basically, you know, I'm surprised you didn't get an email from me. I email anyone that I've ever laid eyes on or met,
Right.
and I ask them to support this great cause because, again, there isn't anybody in Ottawa, I'm sure, that has not been affected by breast cancer. 1 in 8 women will get a diagnosis of breast cancer, and 20,000 women walk through the doors of the Breast Health Center every year, and that's a pretty big number.
That's
so
a huge number.
yeah, we really need to, and the ultrasound machine is going to help with earlier detection, and the earlier we catch breast cancer, of course, the less invasive the treatment will be, and so that's super important as well.
Tell me about, you know, during your journey, Andrea. I mean, you know, when I talk to people that have gone through the same as you, they talk about the staff and just how incredible the support is. Obviously, your friends and family are there for
Yes.
you, but when we talk about the staff and that are there to support, I'm sure you feel the same way. Just amazing people, right?
Exactly, and Dr. Seeley, who is the head of imaging at the Breast Health Center, in fact, she's the one that I've got a girl crush on her, I'll admit it. She's
Nice.
amazing, and she was the one that said we could really use another ultrasound machine, and I said, okay, I'm going to get that ultrasound machine for you, and not alone, obviously, but with community support, and yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you must have a great team, right? I know it's yourself and your co-founder putting this together, but you must have a big team around you now, right, over the years?
Yeah, in theory.
Well, I know you do most of the work, but the support's been amazing too.
And yeah, we have 12 breast cancer survivors this year, the 6 Olympians, as I mentioned. Over 110 people signed up to swim the meet, fans, family in the stands. It's really going to be an amazing event.
People still have an opportunity, of course, to donate, right?
Oh, always. www.olympink.org. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. And that is happening at Brewer Pool, Saturday, April the 15th.
That's right.
Kicks off at 1 p.m.
At 1 o'clock with the mayor, our MP Yasser Naqvi, and Lucy Van Oldenbarneveld will be there as well.
If you want to attend, do people have to pre-register, or you just show up?
Just show up and come and watch and cheer us on. We'd love it.
I love it. Congratulations to you. And,
thank you so much.
And your co-founder and the team. Listen, you want to go just to watch the OlymPINK ceremony itself again. That is April 15th at 1 p.m. We'll be right back with more right after this.